who is also the Director Co-CEO of Pulse Solutions. I invite Mr. Pramadi Athapaththuarachchi to come on stage, and please give a round of applause for him.
I'm not asking you to come front, just stand up. Stand up. You have been here for a very long time. I know that you are dying to get out of this place, right? So you can stretch your legs, stretch your arms, relax. I want to take off. I really want to take off. I am a very interesting subject. So I'm just here to use some animal checks. Who am I? A fellow student of SLE. And I would like to define myself as a budding entrepreneur. I had a business concept, actually a final year research, which started about 2 years prior to that. So it's covering up to 3 years of research, and then that particular mindset enabled us to start my own company. I would say our own company, where I am a co-CEO of. So we are into developing wearable technologies to address the field of medicine, but I won't be stressing on my company basis to you today, but I'll be giving you certain valuable tips. So why am I here? When I was given the invitation to come and address you the gathering, I remember myself about 2 years back. I was there somewhere in the last 2 rows. I barely came to the auditorium for the sessions. And I could remember one day when Mr. Mithila came in, and then he gave me a speech. He was starting about still the same concept about strategies, decision making, and then he's basically sort of start giving certain tips on how to start yourself. So he was there today, and I'm there to address you, so I'm really proud. So what exactly am I going to do? Is going to give you certain guidelines to be who you really are. That is what is important. So you graduate out with a degree, you get something, but you have to know who you really are at the end of the day, so that matters a lot. So then, let's go. I'm going to talk to you about entrepreneurship. Is it the timely topic that I should be talking to you about? Or rather, the reason I'm standing on this stage, because I define myself as a budding entrepreneur, because I've faced a lot of challenges in the industry of entrepreneurship. But is this what I should be targeting today to address you? Well, I would like to redefine it like this. Next generation entrepreneurs. Who are next generation entrepreneurs, and why is it different from entrepreneurship? That is what I'm here to elaborate. Because entrepreneurship is not an industry. It is someone who is capable of inventing something, bringing it to the market with effort, and then giving it to a set of clients, and then earning revenue. Or in that case, it could be a non-profit organization as well, but still with an entrepreneurial concept. So that is what is different. So what is different from a standard entrepreneur to next generation entrepreneurs is what I will be elaborating today. It won't take long, trust me. It's very simple facts I'll be depicting here. Is there a next generation entrepreneur in you? Well, if I go with the basic question and ask you to raise your hands on who wants to be an entrepreneur, I would get very limited number of hands. Vivasayake wenna kamathi kawuda? Athapaththuarachchi like it will be very limited hands. All right, I'll rephrase this question. Think about it, right? Who wants to do something new? Who wants to do something new? It could be a way to express love to a girl. It could be a way to hit a stone to a bird. It could be a way of polishing your shoes. Take 5 seconds, put that concept in your head and say, do you really know that you could do something new? Aluth deyak taman karanna kemathida? Take 5 seconds. Speak to your heart and say, do you like to do something new? Something new. Alright. Now, raise the hands who like to do something new. Aludha karanda kamathi moka karna man kiwe galagin ganna kare, that's okay. Something new. Just put it up. I just can't say it. I really can't say it. Something new. It doesn't have to be productive. I'm just saying something new. Right there. Alright, stand. Take another 5 seconds. And
Once in one's life,
whether someone else will benefit from that something new that you know. Take 5 seconds. What you do? Anything new, but useful to something, to someone else. Okay, right. Now raise your hands if you feel that it is really useful to another person. That's the problem. I see a little number of hands. Forget that part. And now, I want you to think whether you would really sell what you thought as new. You thought as something new, you raise your hands. I'm just trying to see whether you could sell it to another person. When I mean sell it, not in exchange for cash, but to make sure that another person trusts. The other person has to understand, right? And he has to get trusted. So can you sell it to another person? So is your idea that good enough? Take 5 seconds. Think. Can I sell what I thought to another person? Can I express my idea to another one? Will he get something from it? Okay. Raise your hands if you think that the other person will get what you think. So that means you're not sure about what you thought. So that's a problem, my dear. We have innovative ideas, but the problem is we cannot make it a productive one to make sure that it goes and reaches the client. You know, the basics and the ABCs of entrepreneurs were defined long ago because they learned it the hard way. There were no rules about entrepreneurship. Nobody knows who an entrepreneur is. Vivasayakanu kavuruddu. Vivasayakanu kavariddu. You put 100 entrepreneurs in a room, ask them to define entrepreneurship, you will have 100 different sayings. It's personal. It's personal. It's what they learn from themselves. But lucky for you, there are some guidelines to follow. So what are exactly those guidelines that needs to be followed as an entrepreneurship or to become an entrepreneur? Let's talk about it. You need to have an AI. What is an AI? Not artificial intelligence. AI is achievement imagery. Now I asked you, whether you like to do something new. And you said, yes, I like to do something new. Alright, that's step one. Achievement, imagery, you know that you could do something new. It could be even a smarter way of playing a game. A technique of multiplayer gaming. So you have your achievement imagery there. The problem that you had was, you are not sure whether you could sell what you had. What does it redefine? You are not sure about what you thought. So in fact, I asked you to think about something new in the first, say, 10 seconds, which is wrong in the first place, because I know innovative ideas doesn't come up like that. But you didn't have the self-confidence even to lie to me and raise my hand and say, I'm interested in selling it. That mindset should be cut down then and there. It's wrong. When you have something, you need to do it. Exams langenapota අනිවාර්යෙන් මුත්‍යක් කර දාලා ගොඩ යන්න එපාය. It's fact. When you realize that need, you do it. But you're not sure about it, so that mindset should be off. You have to make sure that you require this, the need. You have to have a need to make sure that you reach towards a goal. I caught a famous friend of mine, not famous, a famous quote that he quoted from a speech, a good friend of mine. He said, "Yalla piriwala itin adure karanawanne. ඔය කොයි වෙලාව හරි කියන්නත් එපා ඉතින්. You have to express it, right?" So the guy goes to the girl and says it. Obvious. කපාරම ආ කියන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින් නේ. What do? Athariya. There's a lot of fish in the sea, so who cares? No. You come back. You take flowers. And then you say that you are interested in establishing a relationship. Whatever. She puts him on the ground, tramples him, and say no. It Athariya. No. The next day you go with chocolates. And then she takes one, has a bite, and hopes to see you tomorrow. But trust me, the following day, if you go with a ring, you're done. That's all the need there. That's overreacting. I'm trying to paint the picture of the need. You have an idea, which is to fall in love. But you need to fall in love, then you make the steps to fall in love. You have an idea to become a successful person, right? සාර්ථක පුද්ගලයෙක් වෙන්න. කවුද සාර්ථක පුද්ගලයෙක් කියන්නේ? He's not a person who bags up 6 figures at the end of the month. No. That's wrong. සාර්ථක පුද්ගලයානු ඒ වගේ මිනිස්සෙක්. He could still get 20,000 at the end of the month or 10,000 for the fact, but still a successful person. When he has the mindset right for these two. So then, when both those facts are done, what do you need? You need action. Flowers on it, chocolate on it. About fact, to buy both these things, ගෙදර කට්ටියට බොරු කියන්නත් ඕන. You have to lie to them because you don't earn, right? Some might. So you strategize yourself. You are falling in love. There are some steps that needs to fall in love. Okay, then I need to initiate the step. The same way goes for everything. It's a code. You need to write. That's fine. A lot of entrepreneurs came and spoke. Arimac, the founder of Arimac, is one of my personal favorites. He's one of the greatest. He started from scratch. He reached the level. I'm happy. I'm a budding entrepreneur. I'm just starting, but I'm telling you these things because we had to learn some of these things the hard way. But you don't have to, because we are here to give you that idea. So you have an action. You have to set it right. So you initiate your action, you execute the project. So that is the phase. You talk to your girl, you set the love up, you take the chocolates, you take the flowers, you lie to your parents about the money, and then can you straight away start contacting her? Will she give you a telephone number? Will he give you a telephone number in the other case? You have to catch a friend, right? So, you fall in love with your girl's friend first. That's a procedure. Then you go and slowly give her the things to give her. So trust me, the first person to see it is your girl's friend, not your girl. Or in the other case, it's a boy's friend, not the boy. So you need to seek help. So let me come back to the entrepreneur's pathway. Where do you seek help? You have an idea, you need to initiate it. Exam, so then you go to a friend of yours and you seek for her. You have an idea in your head. I want to build this product. So then I don't have the necessary knowledge to do it. I am from the IT faculty, but I spent most of my time in the business faculty and in the engineering faculty. No, not to see a girl. Different story. But to get the advice. We never go and talk to our senior heads, to the deans of the faculties. Right? We never go and talk to the heads of those faculties because we haven't tried that. We assume that they are not going to help. Trust me. They are the people who helped me the most. That's wrong. You have to stop that fear in you to go and talk to them to make sure that you achieve your target. If not, you're still at the same place where you are. Unless your idea is really bad, really bad, they won't throw you out of its due. They will take you up. They will give you the tips and the necessary mentorship for you to execute your beautiful project in the necessary steps, because they are more experienced in this field than you are. I started up wearable technologies. We developed a jacket to obtain critical values like your heart rate, your pulse rate, your critical values. And then I didn't know how to sell it. I can't sell it at PETA. Jacket. No, can't. I have to find a strategy to sell it. So then I went for business guidance. And then I started developing my business plan. Your business plan is vital. It's very important that you have a business plan with you. When I give it to them, will they buy it? When I sell this to them, will I earn revenue? or නැත්තම් still අතෙන් කයිද? So those are important questions that you have to speak to yourself about. Let's go to the next step. Your feelings. You catch your friend, you give it to her, and still again she says no. What do? Trust me, now is the time to move on. Now is the time to think about other fish. But still again, you might have the chance to say that she's saying yes, or he's saying yes, as a matter of fact, and the vice versa. Similarly, in the industry of business, you have your positive and your negative feelings. The client says, to be honest, I have business pitched 30 clients, 30 great business operatives, outstanding, great operatives. I business pitched my product. I went to them, I said, this is what this is about. This is going to do A, B, C, and blah, blah, blah. Okay? And then the client said, outstanding, superb, that's one of the best things I've ever seen, stunning. And then when I finished the presentation, I went to him and said, are you interested in investing? But the thing is, we are not in that field. So I said to myself, so why the hell was he listening? In the first place, if he's not interested. So it's wrong. His feedback is my motivation. Then there's something, they bring up something counter-argumentative to let you down. So what do? No. You have to have the guts in you to execute what you said. You fail your exams. What happened? You try the repeat. If it's not there, what happens? You attempt it the next year. Because that feeling can't be a feeling that is there to let you down. It's the same in the industry of entrepreneurs. Your feelings can be positive, your feelings can be negative. Those things could be there. Personal and worldly blocks. Now you sorted out the thing with your girl's friend, now your girl is there. So it's a problem. Similarly in the industry, you get these blocks. When you start launching a project, there are competitors from the external parties. You get competition. But still you need to make sure that it goes forward. When you are doing your project and executing yourselves, you break up with your girl. It puts your mindset down and brings you to ground zero over here and tests you. Whether you can come to this place or whether you can be buried right here. Your goal anticipation. You had an idea, you had the need, then you executed it with action. You seek help to make sure that you reach that goal. You got positive and negative feelings, you had the world say no, and then you are at the last place of expecting your goal. Right now. Trust me, we did 3 years of research on wearable technologies. We developed a jacket as the final prototype, but the market rejects it. 3 years of R&D, immense manpower, close to 1 million of budget, and still the market rejects it. What do you do? That's my personal experience struggle. So you improvise. You improvise. You take the concept, you see it. You break it into pieces and see it. Is my idea that bad? No, it's not the idea that's bad. It's a target market I'm achieving that needs to be changed. So it has to change it. So I change. So we change. It's not a jacket anymore. It's a wearable belt that performs the same thing. Still in the R&D, we are hoping to execute the release the product commercialization at the center at the March of next year. We are still performing the side R&D on it. So that's goal anticipation. Your goal can be reached or not. But that doesn't mean you go back to stage one. You improvise. You improvise on what you do. And then you go back to the same place and then you make a different plan. So right. Now I've given you certain facts. I have like another 2 more slides, then I'm done and gone. Right. The thing about entrepreneurship is, Yanu is not a person who always takes up a challenge, starts his own business, forget about being recruited and starts on his own. It's wrong. You can be an entrepreneur while working to a company. At the end of your graduation period, you get your degree, you apply for a job, you go and work there. But still, would you believe me that you can be an entrepreneur? You can. The place where your work has to be your passion. When you are so much in love with your work, you get to know A to Z of what you work. You become an expert on what you are, and you have to gather the experience around to make you fully armed. Degree, job trust me, it's not easy. And there are no companies waiting for your CVs as soon as you are out of the campus. That doesn't mean all of you have to be entrepreneurs. It's wrong. You can have the concept of an entrepreneur even while working. You work, you gain your experience. When you are good, you slowly take that piece of pie to yourself and then you bootstrap somewhere else. It's important to get experience. We did. It's 3 years plus solid R&D on that. 3 years plus solid R&D on this wearable technologies. That's the thriving market. So we saw a market need. We saw that our country is failing to address that market need. So we initiated something. That doesn't mean every one of you has to start out your own companies, bring up concepts. No. Be where you are comfortable at. And then what happens? You become a master of what you are good at. Explore, gather experience, and then you know that you could slowly come out of where you are and start something of your own. But to make sure that you have the entrepreneurial feeling right in each and every one of you. Just that you don't know it. I asked you to raise your hands with something new. Yes, you're good to do something new. But you don't have the self-confidence in you to bring it out and say, I could do something, at least to lighten it. That mindset has to change. You are in here depending on your parents' money. You go out to earn. That's the basic concept of every graduate. Trust me, seriously. So that kills the entrepreneurship then and there. Please don't go with that mindset. It kills you. It makes you a person addicted in your job, and that's it. No passion. When you are in your studies, look at the market. When I mean the market, not the stock exchange at Colombo or the rising investment bankers in the entire world. No. Look at the place where the market demands the most. Adjust your career to that market need. Then you are invaluable. Because it's a brand new market. Very less recruits. You are going to address that market need. So you are the VIPs there. Students don't do it. It's fact. Study the market first. You don't have to have a marketing degree like the other speaker said. Very right. It's very right. It's very accurate. You don't have to know about business strategies. Look at the upcoming market models, because you have to know that you are getting paid by that market. If it collapses in the next year, you are out of your job. It has to be a firm market for you to go and plug in, and then you have your benefits. Learn it, get it. Experience the gist, then you become an entrepreneur to yourself. So entrepreneurship is never about starting your own company and building it up. It's, as far as it agrees and hits to my definition, I believe most will agree with me. It's about working together, experiencing on what you love. That's very important. What you love becomes your passion. I wouldn't have been the director co-CEO of Pulse Solutions, which is a purely R&D based company. Purely R&D based company, if I didn't have the passion for it. I'm thriving for funds at the moment, but do I give up? No. Then I set a different strategy in which the funds flow into my company. So I strategize myself. It's important, please. Take that little thing with you when you do it. Just like the normal, the highest revenue earning companies in the industry, Google, Virgin Industries, Icon, Spence from Sri Lanka, Oda, Sun from India, Energy, Thailand. These are outstanding entrepreneurs. The largest revenue earning industries were entrepreneurial concepts. If I say that the entrepreneurs earn more than 45% of the people who are doing jobs, I'm accurate. That doesn't mean that you have to go and start your own concept. No. That doesn't have to be there. When you leave from this place, I know you will have a lot of things in your mind, but please remember this thing very carefully. This whole forum is not meant to make you an entrepreneur. But to give you certain ideas to find the entrepreneur in you. තමන්ට තමන්ගේ ඇතුලේ ඉන්න ව්‍යවසායකයා හඳුනා ගැනීම සඳහා තමයි you just help. I believe that's the sole purpose. I believe it's met by that. It's boring, I know you have a lot of things to put in your head, but just put this in your last head. You are an entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur. Be proud, stand up and go in front of the mirror. Say to anyone, "Mam vyavasayike, komal." Because I love what I do. And because I love what I do, I get the benefits of it. So that's all about entrepreneurship. So then the next thing is Are you ready to be there? Any questions I'd like to take from the group? Anything? In English, Sinhala, not in Tamil, I don't mind. Any questions? You don't have to have entrepreneurial plan, but you have to set your path straight. Any questions? I'm glad to answer on behalf of our company. Any questions? Anything that you have? Why an entrepreneur is important? So you need to be ready to take this. When you leave that door out, you should know that you are an entrepreneur. Go home and find how you become an entrepreneur. Because it's within you, you just don't know it. Any questions?
Pramadi, please remain on stage. And we ask Nadeera, Secretary of FCSC, to give the token of appreciation. All good things comes to an end. Next, we have the vote of thanks given out by Nadeera, who joined SLIT in 2011. She is reading currently for Information Technology Honours degree and also a graduate of Software Engineering with distinction from Curtin University of Australia. And she is Secretary of Faculty of Computing Student Community in SLIT. Please put your hands together for Nadeera. Thank you, Dimanshi. It is my privilege and honor to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, on behalf of the Faculty of Computing Student Community, I would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all our distinguished guest speakers for gracing this occasion with your presence and sharing your insights, experiences and opinions with us. I know for a fact that I speak for everyone gathered here when I say that we all learned something new today. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to Mr. Mithila Sobasiri, Line of Business Manager, Post-Trade at Millennium Information Technologies, Mr. Samudra Karanayaka, Software Architect, for your inspiring words on our industry experience, on your industry experiences and practices. Further, I would like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Pramadi Athapaththuarachchi, Director, Co-CEO of Pulse Solutions, and Mr. Shamira Jayasinghe, CEO of Vernet Lanka, for knowledge and wisdom bestowed upon us with relevance to entrepreneurship. I would also like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Mr. Martha Vijayasundara, Dean Faculty of Computing, SLIIT, Dr. Rosalaya Prabandara, Head of the Department of Software Engineering, Mr. Nuwan Kodagara, Head of the Department Computing, Mr. Indra Kudekumara, Senior Lecturer and Senior Treasurer of FCSC, for their logistic support and guidance extended to all of us at TECHNOVATION 2014. Furthermore, a special note of appreciation to Honorable Karanayaka, President of the Faculty of Computing Student Community, who came up with this idea to host such an event and invested his time and effort in guiding the team towards achieving our goal. I would also like to acknowledge my gratitude to all the office bearers of the Faculty of Computing Student Community for the support given in making this event a success. Last but certainly not least, a very big thank you to all of you for your keen participation. We thank you for being with us this morning. It's been a great pleasure. Hope you had a fruitful couple of hours with us, and may you have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, I hope to see more entrepreneurs and innovative ideas coming out from you, us all, after listening to these 4 wonderful presentations. Now, before you go, and while you go, please make sure that you pick up a small packet of lunch while you are going out close to the main mini auditorium after providing the small coupon you got with your entrance file. With that, I would like to wish you all have a nice day and see you later.